Hello, everybody. We are back again reading Junie B. Jones Has a Peep in Her Pocket, and today we are going to finish reading this book. So we're going to start on chapter 5, and it's called E-I-E-I-O. The bus drove for a very long time. Polly Allen Puffer was sitting with that Jim I hate. While we were riding, he stood up behind me. Junie B, listen to this song we just made up, he said. Then he and Jim started singing their song as loud as they could. Old MacDonald had a nub, E-I-E-I-O, and on his nub he had a hat, E-I-E-I-O, with an ow-ow here and an ow-ow there, here and ow, there and ow, everywhere and ow-ow. Old MacDonald had a nub, E-I-E-I-O. And finally, I covered my ear with my hands because I couldn't hear them anymore. Then I sang a loud song of my own called Ha Ha Ha, I Can't Hear You, and I invented the words all by myself. Ha ha ha, I can't hear you, ha ha ha, I can't hear you. I sang that song a jillion times, I think, and then all of a sudden the bus turned down a long dirt road. And oh no, it was the farm. We're here, we're here, we're here, shouted all the children, very thrilled. I looked out the window, and there was a big house with trees all around it. Also, there was a barn and a tractor and some chickens. I did a big gulp at those peccary things, 'cause chickens have pointy lips, just like roosters. I quick scrunched down on the bus floor, and then I hid under my backpack very sneaky, 'cause maybe if I kept real quiet, Miss wouldn't see me, and I could hide on the bus the whole entire time. Lucille and that Grace stood up from their seats. I made the shh sign at them. Do not tell the teacher I'm here, and I mean it, I whispered. Only too bad for me, because just then I heard the worstest noise in the world. It was a noise of a big, dumb, tattletale boy. Teacher, teacher, Junie B's hiding on the floor. I see her, shouted Meanie Jim. Shh, I yelled. But Jim did not shush. Instead, he jumped right up on the bus seat, and he pointed his finger at me. She's trying to hide under her backpack so you won't see her, but you can almost see all of her perfectly good. He got off the seat and waved at me very teasingly. Ta-ta, he said, and then he followed Lucille and Grace right off the bus. After that, my heart got very poundy inside, 'cause I heard the sound of footprints, that's why. I scrunched myself tighter. Junie B? It was the voice of Miss. I didn't answer her. Junie B, I see you, okay? Your backpack isn't big enough to hide you, she said. I looked up real slow. Hello, how are you today? I said, kind of nervous. I'm fine, only I'm not hiding. Miss crossed her arms. Then what are you actually doing? She asked me. I did a gulp. I'm tidying, I said. Tidying what? Asked Miss. I thinked fast. I'm tidying the floor, I told her. I quick took off my bandana, then I wiped the floor with it. Good news, I said. It's tidy now. All of a sudden, I heard a chuckle. I turned my head and saw some boots. Junie B. Jones, said Miss, I would like you to meet Farmer Flores. Farmer Flores owns the beautiful farm we're going to visit today. I raised my eyes very slowly, and then finally I looked all the way to the top of his head. And that's when my arms got a shiver all over them. 'Cause guess what? Farmer Flores was wearing a hat. She thinks he has a nub under his hat. Let's see what happens. Chapter 6, Farmer Flores. Farmer Flores did a nice smile. Your teacher tells me that you're not very happy about being here today, he said. I felt my forehead again. I'm ill, I said. Yes, so I've been thinking about how I could make this a better visit for you, and I was wondering if maybe you would like to be my special farmhand today. Do you know what a special farmhand is, Junie B? I shook my head no. Well, for one thing, the special farmhand gets to walk with the farmer in the very front of the line. Would you like that? Do you think? I did my shoulders up and down. I don't know, maybe, I said. And also, the special farmhand gets to be the very first person to sit on the tractor, said Farmer Flores. Does that sound like fun to you? I sighed very big. I don't know, maybe, I said. Oh, he said, but here's the most important job of all. The special farmhand gets to keep all the children in order. Just then, my mouth came all the way open. In order? I asked, very thrilled. You mean I get to order the other children around? Farmer Flores rubbed his chin. Well, yes, I suppose. that you could put it that way, he said. I quick grabbed my backpack. Well, then what are we waiting for, Farmer, I said. After that, I rummed off the bus speedy fast, and I clapped my hands real loud. All right, people, get in line. Farmer Flores is going to show us around, and he doesn't have all day, folks. Pretty soon, Farmer Flores and Miss came off the bus, too. They told the children to please hold their hands together, or hold hands like the buddy system. You heard 'em, people, I hollered. The buddy system. We need to be using the buddy system today. All of a sudden, Miss bent down next to my ear. Helping Farmer Flores does not mean being rude, Junie B, she said. I want you to be helpful and nice. But I am being helpful and nice, I said, because I didn't even tell everybody to shut up yet. Just then, I skipped to the end of the line and checked on Polly Allen Puffer and Jim. I've got my eye on you two clowns, I said, very helpful and nice. Jim cockily-doodly-dooed at me. Yeah, only too bad for you, Jim, I said, because I already looked around this place for roosters, and I didn't even see one of those meaty guys, so, After that, I quick skipped back to the front of the line, and me and Farmer led the children to the pasture. Pasture is a farm word for big grass and a fence. Only wait till you hear this. There are 4 horses and 2 ponies in that pasture, and I did not even run from them. Attention, people, attention, I hollered. Do not be afraid of the horses and ponies. Just stand very still, and they will not attack you. Probably. I thought for a second. Also, you do not need to feed them cheese popcorn, I said. I looked at the farmer. I learned that from the zoo, I said. After that, the farmer held my hand, and we led the children to the barn. The barn is where cows get milked. All of Room 9 held their noses in that place, 'cause that barn smells like stinking hay. Farmer Flores told us all about milking cows. He showed us machines that hooked up to cows. Plus, also, we sat on big giant cans that hold the milk. After he got done, he asked if we had any questions. I raised my hand. If you breathe stink air into your body, does it make your insides smell like stink air too? Farmer did not answer me. Only, I did not know why, 'cause that is a troubling question, I tell you. After that, he took my hand again, and we took the children to another part of the barn. There was a black and white cow there. Farmer showed us how to milk her with the milking machine. This is called a demo cow, I believe. After that, Farmer Flores was finished talking about cows. Okay, boys and girls, let's go back outside and visit some of the other animals, he said. Just then, I got nervous inside. On account of what is he taking us to see? A rooster? I walked outside very carefully. Only good news, Farmer Flores took us right to the pigs in a pen. After that, we saw goats and lambs, and I petted a lamb on her fuzzy head. And that is not even the bestest part. On account of pretty soon, Farmer Flores drove up on a shiny red tractor, and I was the first one to get to sit up there with her. I quick gave Miss my camera. Take a picture, please. Take my picture up here on this tractor. I smiled real big for her. Miss clicked me. That was a beaut, I said. After that, I got down from the tractor, and I took a cow picture, and a pig picture, and a lamb picture. Plus, also, I took pictures of my bestest friends named Lucille and that Grace. Excellent pictures, friends, I said, real thrilled. I can't wait for Mother and Daddy to see them. Then I hurried to the big trash can, and I throwed the camera right in there. See, Grace? See, Lucille? It's called a throwaway camera. Mother said that after you take the pictures, you just throw it away and buy a new one. And so what can be easier than that? Wow, said Grace. I know it is wow, Grace, I said. Plus, Mother said the pictures turn out beautifully. All of a sudden, Miss runned over and she took the camera out of the trash. Junie B, honey, you can't throw the camera away before the pictures are developed, she said. Shoot, I said, nothing is ever easy, is it? After that, Miss put down blankets in the grass, 'cause it was time for a picnic, of course. Me and Lucille and that Grace sat on a blanket and opened our lunch bags. Yum, I said, egg salad. Yum, said that Grace, tuna salad. Yum, said Lucille, crab salad on a flaky croissant with a side order of greens and a light raspberry vinaigrette dressing. Then all of us ate our very delicious lunches. Chapter 7, Spike. After lunch, it was time to get the children together again. I clapped my loud hands some more. Okay, people, the fun is over. Get your buddy, get in line, on account of Farmer Flores wants to talk some more, apparently. Farmer did a teensy frown at me. Then he held my hand, and we walked across the yard to another fence. Inside the fence, there was a building and some chickens. Okay, everyone, said Farmer Flores. This is the last stop on our tour today. He pointed. Who can tell me what that little building is right there? Lucille jumped up and down real happy. The gift shop, the gift shop. I've been wondering where it was, she said, real delighted. Farmer Flores did a chuckle. Well, that's a good guess, but most farmers don't have gift shops. He looked at the class. I'll give you a hint, he said. My wife and I get eggs for our breakfast every morning from that little house over there. Just then, a boy named Roger jumped up and down and all around. I know, he shouted. It's a hen house. Farmer Flores smiled. Right, he said. It's a house where hens lay their eggs. Farmer Flores opened the gate. I tugged on his shirt and he bent down next to me. Is there a rooster in there too? I asked. Kind of scared. Just one, he said, but there's lots of chickens. Want to go in and say hello? I shook my head real fast, and then I runned away from the gate speedy quick. Polly, Allen, Puffer, and Jim laughed and pointed. Look at Junie B. Jones, they hollered. Junie B. Jones is afraid of roosters. Farmer Flores made an angry face at those two. Hey, he said. I'm surprised at you boys. There's nothing wrong with someone being cautious about roosters. Just then, some of the other children looked scared too. Why? Asked Lucille. Is the rooster going to peck us? Farmer Flores shook his head. No, he said. That old rooster in there is a pretty calm fella. But that doesn't mean that Junie B should be laughed at. He smiled a little bit. Why, I haven't been around farm animals all my life, he said. But every once in a while, I still come across an animal that I don't get along with. Farmer laughed. In fact, we used to have a goat who nipped at me every time I got near him, and for years I made my wife go in his pen and feed him. After that, Farmer Flores winked at me, and Miss said I could wait outside the gate. My shoulders relaxed very much. I sat down on the grass outside the fence. Only wait till you hear this. Pretty soon, Farmer leaned over the fence where I was sitting, and he was holding a baby yellow chick. I giggled and giggled at that cute little thing. A baby chick. Can I hold it, Farmer? Please, 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 I asked. Farmer Flores put the baby chick in my hands. It was fluffery and softy and light as feathers. Ooh, I love it, Farmer, I said. I love this baby chick. After that, I put the chick into the grass and on my lap and in my straw hat. Plus, also, I put it in my big wide pocket, and it peeked at me in there. I wish I could take you home with me, I said. I wish I could take you home to my house, and then you could live with me and my dog Tickle forever and ever. Would you like that? Would you? The baby chick did a peep. Hey, you said yes, I said. I turned around. Did you hear that, Farmer? The baby chick said it would like to come home with me. Farmer shook his head. No, I don't know, Junie B, he said. I'm not sure you'd really like having Spike grow up in your house. I did a frown at that man. Spike? Who's Spike? I asked. The farmer pointed at the baby chick. Spike, the chick, he said. We named that little guy Spike. I peeked at that chick again. Yeah, only Spike is not actually a good name for a fluffery baby chick, I said. I know, Junie B, he said, but Spike isn't going to be a little chick forever, you know. I know, I said, 'cause someday Spike will be a giant chick, right, Farmer? Right? Farmer Flores shook his head again. Well, not exactly, he said. I looked at him real cautious. Well, if Spike won't be a big chick, what is Spike going to be? I asked. Farmer Flores took Spike from me, and he held him in his hands, and patted his little softy head. Someday, Junie B, he said, Spike will be a rooster. Chapter 8. Confusion. I had confusion in my head, because first I hated roosters, only then I liked Spike, only Spike is going to be a rooster. And so now what am I supposed to do? I didn't talk much after that, because confusion takes a lot of thinking, that's why. Plus, also, I might need counseling probably. And finally, the children finished seeing the chickens, and they came out through the gate. Farmer Flores held my hand one more time, and then he took us to a field with wildflowers in it. He said we could pick wildflowers for our mothers, 'cause that would be like a gift from the gift shop, he said. After all of us had our flowers, Miss took our picture with that nice man. And here's the bestest part of all. Farmer Flores took off his hat, and his head was not a nub. I danced all around that guy, very thrilled. Farmer Flores, your head is not a nub. Your head's not a nub. He wrinkled his eyebrows. Thank you, he said, kind of quiet. You're welcome, Farmer, I said back, 'cause guess what? Now I don't even have to be afraid of roosters anymore. I jumped up and down. Now maybe I can be afraid of goats, just like you, I shouted. After that, Farmer Flores looked at me a real long time, and then he rolled his eyes way up to the sky. I looked there too, but I didn't see anything. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed reading about Junie B. Jones Has a Peep in Her Pocket and her adventure to the farm. I will see you guys next time.